I hope I can earn that thumbs up and your subscription. I think that you should not be watching any Mafia videos if you haven't played the game yet, so spoiler warning, but once you complete the game, there's a minor detail and the main menu changes along with the game's events. Now, if you head to this location in the game near the ruins, there is something interesting inside of these ruins. It's a chair with a gramophone on it, and I'm not sure, the community seems to be stumped alongside myself, what exactly this means. We could be thinking too deep into it, but it is a gramophone which plays music on a chair. I think we call that musical chairs. The only other time we see this used in the game is when Leo Galante is jamming out. I love that so much. But yeah, this one here, maybe you know what it means, or maybe it really just is musical chairs, but it's quite intriguing. In the final cutscene of the game, we see the return of Empire Bay way off in the distance, as well as that amazing Mafia 2 soundtrack.
It is time I told you all I know about your parents and the age of wonders. This child is a miracle. Better yet, she is a child of wonder. Town of wonder? Yes, my son. Seems like such a hopeless endeavor. You say, Dara and she.
In Chapter 6, when sneaking through the police headquarters, you can pick up an arrest log that belongs to none other than Mr. Don Salieri himself from Mafia. And what I love about this is that it also mentions Frank Coletti. And Don Salieri was friends with Leo Galante and Frank Vinci back in these days, so we see a picture of young Don Salieri, and I think it would have been cool if the developers used this unused character model of young Salieri from the definitive edition in this game. There's a lot of foreshadowing that happens in the game. Did you pick up on Isabella offering Enzo an apple at the end of Chapter 1? This is a biblical reference signifying a woman doing all of humanity. Well, in this case, in the game, it's signifying Enzo's love for Isabella doing all of the family. We also see in Chapter 4 horse riders on top of a cliff, and this is foreshadowing the events that are about to unfold at Alphonse. And in the events of Chapter 12, there is a play going on at the Opera House called La Borsa del Destino, and this play is about a father who dismisses his daughter for her and directly paralleling with the events and plot of a whole country. It's for Zombie Mafia game Discord. You were able to get into the game files and find a beta feature that was removed from the link to the final game that was force fitting. Imagine how interesting that would be. It does seem like there was a lot of features to be implemented before you got it, but it's been removed, so potentially in the future we can get an update for the game and DLC that's going to have more features. So yeah, that was really interesting that this beta feature exists in the game files. The opening mission in Mafia 2 is called The Country, and it takes place in downtown San Silas with some here is a comparison of the two. If you would like to see a fully detailed comparison of this location between Mafia 1 and 2, be sure to click thumbs up. So I hit done now, and it launched me way up into the sky outside the map. I thought that was really cool because I was so curious about what the volcano look like? Are you here to volcano? But you can't do that. What you can do is go to this location right here. Unfortunately, a car or a horse won't work, but you can go outside the map. All you gotta do is walk through these bushes, and there you are. You can climb all the way up on the mountain. You can go into the lake. You can walk through the mountain. And I tried to get to the volcano this way, but unfortunately, it does not work. Do you remember that super boring mission in Mafia 2 where you had to loot crates? Well, at the end of Chapter 1, in my first playthrough of this game, I was terrified because there's a mission where we have to loot crates, but thankfully it's very short, sweet to the point, and simple. But man, that took me back. As well as when we are first introduced to Leo Galati while he's playing chess. That's a beautiful reference to our first time being introduced to him in Mafia 2. Man, do you remember that race mission from Mafia Definitive Edition? Well, there's another one in this game, and thankfully it is not as hard or difficult. Even Hangar 13 poked fun at this, saying it's not as hard as the original Mafia. Now let me tell you how to unlock this secret dog head outfit. You've got to collect all 50 fox statues around the map, and to be honest, it's not worth it at all, but if you're a die-hard Mafia fan, you're going to do it anyway. It took me about 3 hours. And once you collect all of them, go back to Enzo's apartment, activate the fox statue, and inside of your wardrobe, you now have access to the Baskerville dog head outfit. This is amazing. It's also pretty funny because you can give haircuts. You can put Enzo's hair on this dog. So let's talk about the origin of this Easter egg. Back in the original Mafia 1, there was a bug where NPC heads would turn into a dog, as well as you can use dog heads as a weapon in the game. We'll fast forward to the release of Mafia Definitive Edition in 2020, and this outfit returns as an Easter egg called the Herbert Baskerville. And that, once again, is why we see it return in this game, so that's a beautiful Easter egg. Go back to the older Mafia games there. Also, we've got some cameos. I have a separate video on this going into more detail if you would like to check it out, but we see 4 returning characters from previous Mafia games. The first one we've already talked about, and that is Leo Galati, and here is his evolution throughout every Mafia game that he makes an appearance in, from a 20-year-old man to an 81-year-old man. We also have Frank Vici, Leo Galati's right-hand man, working as a bartender. He appears in the background of a lot of Leo Galati's scenes, so he's very easy to miss. We also bust Giuseppe Palminteri out of jail, Italy's most famous safe cracker of all time. He is a weapons dealer in Mafia 2. And lastly, you probably missed this one, but we have Sam Trapani from Mafia. Young Sam, his father is Luca in the game, and young Sam can be seen around Casa Teresi, next to his mother in the kitchen or outside on the porch. We've also got some hidden dialogue that's game, and young Sam can be seen around Casa Teresi, next to his mother in the kitchen or outside on the porch. We've also got some hidden dialogue that's super easy to miss and a pretty cool secret ending if you fail a mission. The first is after the race, you can go around and interact with people of the family. You can talk to Frank Vici. One of the only times he speaks in the game. He's easy to miss because he's kind of outside the map by himself. Having fun, right. Just Leo Katrina the action. And I don't know about you, but this NPC here looks like Arthur Morgan if he never got sick and made it to the epilogue of Red Dead 2 and was on a few pounds and just caught my eye. Nothing too special about him other than he kind of resembles Arthur Morgan. There's also a dialogue you can have with young Sam. He doesn't speak back or have a voice. He is quoting his father. You can skip some kind words. I'm so sorry about your family. Now in this mission here, Tino moves to if you do not do so, you trigger a secret ending to this mission. And the same goes in Chapter 12. If you fail inside the Opera House, you trigger a secret cutscene.
and I play.
Now the last of the secrets that we have are loyalty rewards from Hangar 13 from playing previous Mafia games. If you played Mafia, you can unlock Tommy's taxi to roll around in the old country, as well as Vito's 1911 from Mafia 2. You can unlock a charm called Lincoln's Charm, and if you played Mafia 3, that gives you some nice attributes throughout the game, as well as a secret vehicle called the Garcia Tumulto for simply linking your 2K account to Mafia. And lastly, you can unlock a secret outfit called the Racketeer. If you've played 2K's newest game, Top Spin 2K25, I don't have that. I haven't played that game, and I don't feel like spending $25 on it. So, if y'all did enjoy the video and learned something new, these are every Easter egg that we know of so far in Mafia the Old Country. My name is Zach Cox. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.
What is wrong with you?
If
Hi
you need
guys.
3D printing services, you need to try Xometry. Xometry offers a massive menu of high-tech 3D printing.